What's up, chess player? Let's play the English opponent together and try to outplay our very strong opponent in the speedrun. 2250 rating. It's already a very strong level, so let me show you what kind of challenges you get at this level and how to deal with it. Well, we get, I don't know, rather to King's Indian defense now, especially if I play d4, and that seems like the most active move. Although he can play d5 in response, and that would lead to kind of a Grunfeld defense. Anyway, let's try to do that. d6. Yeah, now we have the King's Indian, quite a normal variation here. There's a fianchetto one. e5 is also one of the main lines. Unfortunately, I'm not a big expert here. Takes. I can play d5. I guess all sorts of moves are possible. If I do nothing, then well, maybe e4 is not such a big threat because I have knight g5. But I also have to do something. Maybe b3 and bishop b2 is still an option. Although maybe now e4 is possible. Let's see what he's up to. Bishop to g4. He wants to really take here, I guess. So it's time for me to take. Place my bishop there. Yeah, but it doesn't feel like I have a lot here. Let's see what's going on. Hit the like button, by the way, if you enjoy the entire series where I share my thoughts with you. I don't like bishop takes f3 decision because I really try to do my best to explain you how you should try to win, to outplay your opponents, and of course at the same time I try to make it fun and entertaining for you. My opponent is sacrificing the pawn and I don't see any reason not to take it, so let me grab it because my bishop was under attack still, so now I'm just making one stop there on b7, grabbing the pawn and then just going back to g2. Because on d5 I don't want my bishop to be developed. I love having two bishops so much, I always try to get it, and yeah, because that is a real power there, especially in the open position, of course. Let me demonstrate you how you should try to use it. I don't like this knight on d4, so I'm just pushing it away. Why not? And then, yeah, I should be a little bit careful with that a4 idea, because that's gonna weaken my pawn structure, but yeah, I can place my knight on b5, for example, or on d5. On d5 I'm allowing him to exchange, open up his bishop, and then the pawn will be protected, so I want to rather play knight b5. And maybe even knight a7, knight c6 is on my agenda. Of course, at some point he might exchange, but I mean, I'm an extra pawn, so exchanging the queens should be fine for me. By the way, bishop a3, rook e8, bishop c6, also an opportunity. Of course, he can always exchange there and get to d8. Well, now I have bishop a3, but I guess c5 is the point. So maybe knight a7 instead, because it still threatens to get to there. And also e5 is hanging. What is his plan? Because I'm also attacking that pawn. Knight c5, I'm taking there. Then I have bishop d6. I mean, that feels greedy, but let's go for it. I mean, we have only one life to live, so let's live a life we are gonna remember. Where should the queen go? Okay, maybe his idea is to play c6, but even c6 I can just take it, although yes, it might be dangerous. Anyway, I like the move queen to e1, because that's gonna attack another pawn, and on the other hand it's a little bit passive there. c2 is another option, but anyway, I guess I'm gonna have knight d4 after c6, so I like queen e1. If we started to be greedy, we need to be greedy till the end. Wait, c7 is not hanging actually, right? Because the knight is protecting it. But I still have this knight a7 idea. Although I should really be careful with that. But the knight is protecting the bishop there on c6. Yeah, maybe even b4 is an opportunity here. Because my queen is protecting, and from this point of view, e1 is a very good square. I don't want to take because that's gonna ruin my pawn structure completely. And I can also play normally like knight d4, although yeah, that has the same idea as knight a7, but I'm not placing my knight on such a weird place, because if he takes, I can just take it back. So let me play knight d4. Feels like the most logical move, because knight c6 is a real threat. And if he takes and takes on b3, I mean, that's an extra pawn, or even 2 extra pawns. So I'm okay with all of the exchanges. And also after takes and pawn takes, my bishop feels very, very confident on e5 there. Yeah, that is a drawback, because knight d3 is now possible. I mean, b4 would completely shut this idea down, but at least I have knight c6 with the tempo, attacking and protecting everything. And maybe I'm gonna place my bishop on d4, because where the queen is going now? d6 is not a square, otherwise it would be perfect after bishop d4, because the queen would protect the knight. Now it's not, so I have the move. Bishop d4, knight d8, queen takes c5. I really don't want to give up this bishop, although that also should be good. Bishop d4, knight d3, and I just attack this one, so I like it a lot. And also knight d8, attacking the queen is possible. Even after knight d3, I take the rook, he takes the queen, I take the queen, I attack those pieces. That variation seems to work for me. Yeah, it feels like the position is completely winning, but I probably should be a little bit faster now, because I have less than a minute to win this game, and if I continue my philosophical speeches here, then there wouldn't be any time to deliver a checkmate at the end of the day. But I mean, look at this bishop on d4. That is literally just a dream position for this bishop, and this one is also great. Okay, time to take. And maybe bring my queen out. c5, well, c5 is not possible, so queen a5 is a very good move from this perspective. X takes, now the rook is also opened. Question is, how do I make any progress? I can of course exchange everything, but I really don't want to give up those bishops. Maybe, well, rook d1 is also not that clear, because an f pawn would be very weak. Queen a6. What I need to exchange is the queens. But that is always great. And I'm also attacking the rook there. He plays queen d7. Then I have the move c5. Because then this pawn is not gonna be able to go there. And I'm able to push the second pawn too. Knight d2 is interesting, but it's blundering there. The knight on f6. And I don't care about the rooks as long as I keep my beautiful bishops there. And actually I'm just a piece up here in the end of the day. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm having an extra rook, right? Yeah, as far as I can count, I have 32 seconds. Let's see whether it's gonna be enough. Guess I'm gonna just be straightforward and try to crush my opponent. Bishop d5 is this knight is kind of offside. Yeah, that's why he resigned here. Hope you enjoyed this game, and in this one I continue this series with a tremendous game that you gonna like in every case. So definitely take a look at it.